Hi, it's Ed from ACCA on behalf of TEC, and the topic at hand is ACCA's Manual S. I have gotten a lot of mileage over the years presenting at conferences or in any kind of an educational event using the tagline Manual S. The S doesn't stand for secret. I think it's one of those books that's been overlooked for a very long time by a lot of people. And what ends up happening is someone will do an accurate load calculation. They'll come up with a BTU loss or gain that makes them feel uncomfortable. And it has a little bit more to do with air conditioning sizing than heating sizing, but let's just stick with air conditioning for the explanation right now. What ends up happening is the designer, or specifically the word practitioner is used in the ACCA design series. The practitioner ends up gaming the design temperature because they want to inflate the size of the equipment. Manual S specifically gives us guidance with respect to sizing equipment looking at sensible and latent loads. I don't want to say it ignores tons because it doesn't, but the goal of Manual S, or one of the main goals, is selecting a residential air conditioner based off of specific capacities. And I got to keep myself in check. This is supposed to be a very brief overview of the manual, and I have this really bad habit of starting to get into too detailed of an explanation. So let's just stick with what Manual S really does. It gives us guidance on selecting equipment that's not too small, that's not too large. And it does it for both heating and cooling systems. It'll also give us guidance on what the airflow for those ducted systems are supposed to be. And not listed in the bullet points specifically, it gives us guidance on sizing of hot water heating plants. It also makes mention about don't use anything to do with a load calculation on a steam boiler. And there I go again. I'm starting to talk about stuff that's a little bit off topic. So Manual S is chock full of good stuff other than just equipment selection guidance. The path to success with Manual S is another one like we saw before. Learn from the book. Learn the fundamentals that are listed in Manual S. It'll make you a much better rounded practitioner. There's no getting away from that. Understanding some of the guidance and stuff that's outside the standard itself, again, it's got a lot of good information in it, and I'm really trying hard not to go down the path that I'm trying to stay away from. There's software alternatives to doing Manual S calculations by hand, and if you prefer that method, then that's something you should do. As time goes on, the equipment manufacturers are providing stuff that makes the whole Manual S process that much easier. Take advantage of those. But again, you can't replace having a fundamental understanding out of the book at what our goals are. And then last but not least, in the last bullet point that's up there, is repetition will become your friend. With all these things that we do, the more we do it, the easier it becomes. And Manual S is one of those things that I've seen numerous people over the years. And I'm going to use the word intimidated by the whole process. And then after they select a half a dozen pieces of equipment and understand the process, they sit back and they scoff at it. It's no big deal. And it's not. It's just another one of those things that's going to aid us if we make it part of our repertoire, simply for the fact that we gain the predictability of proper equipment selection if we follow the guidance in Manual S. So with that, I look forward to seeing you guys in the future somewhere. Take care.